Okay, let's talk real quick. Let's talk about the motivations of your narcissistic coworkers and your bosses. Why do they do the things they do? What is their motivation? What is driving? What is that driving force in their minds, in their conscious minds, that makes them want to watch you, to makes them want to play games, and all of the things that they do to you that you know is a game? The interesting thing is that you're not able to articulate this to other folks because they are themselves narcissistic or flying monkeys, or maybe they're just dumb and clueless. And those are the people, if you notice on these horror movies, when you're, when the characters are running from these villains in the movies, right? The unsuspecting people are always the people who die first in the movies, and they're also the people who get the hero of the movie, or whoever the movie is about. They're always getting caught up in something behind the unsuspecting people. So they're running from someone, and the unsuspecting person will point the villain in the direction of the person, not knowing why they're doing it or what that person's intentions are. And that's what you're dealing with in these narcissistic environments. You're dealing with folks, okay, who are clueless. Now, they all have motivations. Like I said, I gave you examples in previous videos about how if they watched someone take your car keys and throw them in the trash, they would all snicker and get a laugh out of it, and they would enjoy the fact and revel in the fact that they knew what happened to your keys, and you're walking around scrambling looking for your car keys because you're trying to get home and get into your house, right? And they would know where those keys were. They're in the bottom of the dumpster somewhere. And it's funny. And you say to yourself, well, if you could have a vision, right? If a vision came to you and you could see these people in action and see them laugh and snicker, you would wonder, what is their motivation? Because I know I haven't done anything to any of these people, right? And if you haven't done anything to them or infringed on them in any type of way, what would motivate a person, like I was saying in the beginning, to want to harm you in such a way? Now, I want you guys to understand that these people have a severe psychological problem. And that's the main underlining statement that we're going to make. They have a severe psychological problem. Anything that they do, right, will be, coming from the same framing, right? Anything that they do, anything that they rationalize will be distorted because they themselves are distorted. You get what I'm saying? So these bosses, they stalk and I talk about this a lot because this is something that really, hones in on that psychological problem that they have, that obsession, that drive. It's all about you, watching someone on their lunch break, unnecessarily. Person's never late, right? Or the person's never late coming into work or something, but you have a tendency to stand by that clock and wait till they come in because you want to see their face. It's the motivating thing for these narcissists to see you come into work, knowing that you dread looking at their faces. They want you to see their faces first thing in the morning to start your day off. See, just like that morning cup of coffee. That's what they're there for, right? To bring you down and others like you down as well. So now many of you find yourselves in a position where you're frustrated because you know that there's something wrong with these people, but you're not really grabbing, folks, the severity and entirety of the situation. These people are psychologically impaired. Would you let a psychologically impaired person drive a car, a cab for you or something? Would you let them come in your home? Would you let them babysit your children? You wouldn't, right? So working with these people, is just as difficult because they have these problems. And it goes back to their childhood, folks. Something was wrong. There was something traumatic that happened in their younger years, and they never got over this. And so now they are those people. Grown adults, unprofessional. I was talking to someone the other day about the unprofessional natures of their coworkers at work. the people who do the same types of things by not doing their job just to leave you in some type of situation, or, you know, I don't know how you guys work, if you work as a team or whatever you're doing, but they'll leave you with the full workload. No one's going to check them for it. No supervisor is going to, you know, make them follow up on anything, because it's all about a game. Everyone is playing a game. They're playing a game. The supervisors are playing a game. Everyone wants to make you the target. You have the bullseye. See? And you have the bullseye because you have your third eye open. You're conscious. You're aware of the people around you. You're aware of their intentions and why they always do things. You don't necessarily know why. And that's what I want to get to as well, because my point I'm making is you don't understand, and you're not going to understand. It's beyond clinical. It's beyond trying to get into the, you know, the far reaches of their bullshit and trying to understand why they're doing something. You just have to realize that once you become a victim, to not be a victim anymore, right? And fighting back in certain ways, right? If you're eating lunch and they're stalking you at lunch, maybe you should sit somewhere else. Maybe you should sit on the other side of your lunchroom or something. And then you'll have to make them work, see? So you can be amused and get a laugh off of watching them walk around trying to find you or something. And you're watching them. You're sitting somewhere where they can't see you in a crowd of people, and you're watching them search frantically for you, as if their life depended on it. It's really funny, but it's that sickening when you're dealing with these types of people, right? The co-workers who want to set you up. Keep a documentation. Think ahead of them, right? If they're going to leave you in some type of situation, well, you prepare better the day before. Then that way, when something happens out of the blue, you're prepared for it. And they will wonder, how did this person land on their feet? Because it's all about that, folks. It's about surviving. It's about dealing with these environments and not having a stress attack. Because enough of this thing, you know, consistently will make you insane yourselves. And you'll have this mindset of, I can't beat them, might as well join them or something. And you'll be as loony as they are. And you don't want that. Because you know who you are. They don't know who they are. And that's the problem. They're struggling, folks. You know? But I sat back and I thought about this today. I was talking to a few people over the last couple of days. And, you know, it didn't even matter what type of job they were doing. These people actually had a wide variety of different jobs that they were doing. Some of them worked more than one job, and they could relate, because in every situation they had the exact same thing happening at different jobs. You know, sometimes they may work the night shift, same thing, right? So you have to understand what motivates a person. If you're motivating a person, it's because you are motivated. You get what I'm saying? Because you have goals, because you have that effulgent characteristic that they admire, and their way of beating you is to take you down, to show that you're not all of what they think you are or something, or they're just as good as you are. It's in their head. You're not looking to compete with these people. You're not trying to size them up, right? You're not doing these things. They worry about things that are not concerned, that have no concern to them. Something that's very important, you know, on your job, that's not important. You don't have supplies or something, right? You need those supplies to work. And they're not coming in. The shipments are not coming in or something, because that person who orders those shipments are trying to hurt you, not realizing that there's a bigger agenda at hand, which is the job task. See, you people, you narcissistic people are so stupid, because the company will run itself, right? And you're so unprofessional that you will let a game get in the way of you looking good on your job, right? Because see, when the bottom line rolls out and they see that, you know, they're not meeting production costs or something, and it points back to you in some kind of way, where the bigger narcissists will have you for breakfast. You get what I'm saying? Then you will become a target for some bigger, you know, bullshitter. You know, and you'll watch all of your flying monkey friends and minions turn on you, because that's what they do. The reason why these people do all of the things they do is because they have a psychological problem. They're like the most unfit friends you could ever have. They're not qualified or suitable to be friends with anyone, to work well with anyone, because they have those problems. Everything is a competition. Everything is about their validation or trying to get you to seek theirs. Everything that they do, folks. And you'll never stop dealing with the bullshit ever. Which is the main point of stressing today for you guys. You will never stop dealing with the bullshit at one of these narcissistic jobs, in these work environments. It goes on and on. These people have never been anything other than bullshitters since they were 5 years old. What makes you think that they're going to turn 50 and then they're going to start acting differently? They have never done that. Okay? And the game should not be played in the professional work environment at all, because the bottom line is the objective that the job is trying to meet, right? You don't shortchange customers if you're working in customer service because you're trying to hurt your coworker, okay? You know, I've heard of a situation, guy was telling me that he does shipments and stuff. And the invoice lady who does the shipments for him, she has an issue with him. So what she would do is she would, you know, products would come in for him to do his shipment thing, and it would be all distorted and, damaged and, you know, messed up or whatever. The packaging would be ripped or something. And instead of them sending that back, they would make him take these shipments. So he would have to face these customers and clients and explain to them why a case of this or that is torn to pieces like rodents got to it or something. Unacceptable. But they'll do that because they know that he loves his job and he values his hard work and his commitment and everything. And it's about devaluing him. See what I'm saying? Making him feel like, you know, they could sabotage anything at any given time. And if you have to constantly jump rope and you have to constantly, you know, avoid obstacles every single day, it becomes very daunting, folks. Years and years of this shit, you started really, you know, your thick skin starts to wear down, and you just realize the older you get, you realize that, you know, you're cut out for better things. That's why I tell you, for you guys who've always dreamed of having a business, go ahead and start that business. Go ahead and do something productive with your lives, you know. And then if you want to work a job, that's fine too, but just be aware of the narcissistic work environment. Or be aware that you will have to stay on your toes if you're going to stay in this environment, if you're going to make it to retirement. Okay? Because they'll cut you out right before you retire. You won't get your benefits or something. They do these are games, folks. They're all games. You know, you've seen them in many ways play out in your lives. And I know you're tired of it. You know, I know you're tired of it. And so, you know, in my book, I talk about that bad morning, you know, that time in your life when you go to work and you just, you know, you're having a bad day. You're really having that really, really bad day. Starting the morning off, you know, few cups of coffee or something, you're trying to get it together. If you're in a place where you have to motivate yourself consistently every day, you're not in a job that you enjoy. You're working with fools and childish people who play games, people who will sabotage the business. And the business owners themselves are jackasses, because when they're losing money, they're not even clever enough to realize who's making them lose money or who's the cause of these things, the games. See? They're more focused on someone who's doing their job. The person who comes to work every day does their job dutifully. Whether they're a boss or a co-worker or anything. Those people are the people that are worthy of respect. They come to work, do their job, and go home. They don't think they're the king. They don't think they're the president or something when they're just working a job. Working in a pie factory or something, a pie shop, shoveling shit or something, whatever you're doing, an office or something. But these people every day, because of their low functioning behaviors and because of how they were raised, they look at other people and they treat people callously based on who they think they are. Because I'm filing paperwork and you're working in the warehouse, I'm better than you. Right? You're not better than that person. You don't own any stock in this company, and you can be rolled. You're just a docket, an employee docket number or something on a sheet. You really are. And because you're stupid, you have no clue that that's who you are. Right? So you play games. You're willing to sabotage your own operation just to do one person in. The bosses are willing to change the schedules around of the whole 15 or 20 staff crew, right? Just to hurt one person. Everyone's coming in. If they were coming in the morning, now they got to work at night or something because you want to make that person work at night because they have daycare duties or something. You don't want them to properly be able to pick their children up or something. You're all evil. Do you understand what I'm talking about? These demonic bosses, these fools in these workplaces, folks. Their purpose is the reason why they do it is because they have a psychological problem, period. Doesn't matter how deep it goes or if you can do anything. You can't do anything. You can't fix what's going on in someone else's head, right? They're fucking crazy. Just write them off as BSC. That's batshit crazy, right? Write them off as that and you'll be okay. All right? So I guess you guys, I would like to hope you're having a good day. I'm having one myself. Please check out my book. You can go to my website and pick it up, or you can pick it up on Amazon. That will be www.thinkbehavior.info. And I'll have a lot of new posts coming soon, folks. I'm trying to get that together. I have some posts up now, but I'm really, working. There are going to be more articles coming up and stuff. And so, but yeah, you can get my book there. You can donate there if you like, and I'd appreciate that too. I also appreciate my new subscribers. Folks, you guys are, you are awesome. I just want you to understand that, we can do this thing together. We can look at this problem and we can come up with some solutions to help ourselves and maybe help the people like us who have not found their way yet. I love bad behavior, people. But I love assessment more. I love assessment because assessment is you realizing that the people in your workspaces are BSC. That's batshit crazy. It cannot be helped. Okay? And the best thing you can do is help yourselves. And that would be coming up with your exit plans if necessary, or staying one step ahead of the bullshit if necessary, if you're going to stay at that job. So you guys like the videos and share them. I love it. And we'll be talking soon. Y'all have a great day. We'll talk. Thanks.